5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
This is About Space, America's return to space, with news and information on our U.S. space program. Is your host of About Space, David Denal.
Welcome, and thanks for joining me today. As NASA launches new telescopes, rovers, and probes to look for habitable planets and alien life beyond Earth, the space agency is also moving forward with a $1.4 million grant in making humans prepared. So, between heaven and Earth, where do aliens fit in? Details next, as America and the world is listening to About Space today. Ever dream of an island getaway at an all-inclusive resort? Or going on an island-hopping cruise to multiple island destinations? See sun-bleached beaches and swim in the azure waters of the Caribbean Sea. Call today for your special discount prices to your island getaway. This is a special offer for About Space by calling 877-747-8631. And let's go and explore the islands of the Caribbean. Welcome back. Well, heavens above, and this is a time I can use that phrase. The Center for Theological Inquiry at Princeton University received $1.1 million grant from NASA. But did you know NASA has now enlisted 24 priests and theologians to prepare us for a possible alien first contact in the future? Here's more.
In a recent effort to understand how humans will react to the news that intelligent life exists on other planets, University of Cambridge religious scholar Reverend Andrew Davison, who also holds a doctorate in biochemistry from Oxford, is one of the 24 theologians enlisted to help with the project. In a recent statement on the University of Cambridge's Faculty of Divinity blog, Davison says that his research so far has already seen just how frequently theology and astrobiology has been topic in popular writing during the previous 150 years. Studies have shown links between religiosity and belief in extraterrestrial intelligence. Research published in 2017 found that people with a strong desire to find meaning, but a low adherence to a particular religion, are more likely to believe aliens exist, indicating that faith in either theory may come from the same human impulse with NASA's support. Davison's book notes that a large number of people would turn to their religion's traditions for guidance if extraterrestrials were found, and what that means for the standing and dignity of human life. Detection of alien life might come in a decade or only in future centuries or perhaps never at all, but if or where it does, it will be useful to have thought through the implications in advance, Davison writes.
Dr. Davidson says there are all sorts of ways about thinking of alien life in the universe.
There are all sorts of ways in which thinking about life elsewhere in the universe can help us to think about our own life, our own experience, our own planet. In fact, that's one of the things I so much like about teaching this topic. Students might think that they're going onto all sorts of way out paths and setting the theology that they know aside and doing something completely different. But then they find that after all of that journeying, actually, there are all sorts of ways in which it has illuminated the questions that we face as creatures on Earth. So it's a bit of a thought laboratory. We can think all sorts of things as possibilities in thinking about life elsewhere in the universe. So some of the questions that a Christian theologian is probably going to ask are questions like civilizations of creatures that live perfectly good and just lives. And I, who am normally in everything pretty much an optimist, do think that if creatures come about by evolution, as surely they would be, then there may well be this sort of propensity towards self-preservation. And that, I think, really provokes us to think theologically about the prospect of life elsewhere in the universe, because there are certainly many places it could be. We don't know, of course, yet whether there is any life elsewhere.
Interesting that NASA is now interested in religious traditions that would be an important feature in how humanity would work through any such confirmation of intelligent life elsewhere. So, do you believe in aliens? And where do you believe aliens fit in? Well, heavens above. And this Friday, join Don Meyer for another America in Space program and have your family and friends join us. Follow us on Facebook at AboutSpace.today for launches and landings. And to all our listeners around the globe and here in the U.S., thank you for joining me today. I'm David Denault, and this has been About Space Today.